Okay. First question will come from Greg Allman.
Hey, Todd, good morning. The first thing I wanted to ask you about was Hassan Reddick came off with, I think they said, a knee and an ankle, which is curious if you know anything more and whether it's potentially a multi-week absence kind of thing.
Well, he's going to get an MRI today, so we'll see what happens after that.
An MRI on his?
Both, knee and ankle.
Both. Okay. Thank you.
Scott Reynolds.
Todd, when you go back and look at the film from the game, it seemed like missed tackling was an issue. How would you assess the team's tackling performance last night?
It was definitely an issue on the first drive. We missed 2 tackles that got them down the field. We missed 2 more later on. Overall, we can be better at open field tackling, and it has to do with angles and fundamentals.
Thank you.
We'll go to Evan Winter. If any media have questions, please raise your hand.
Hey, Coach. Some stats say that it was almost a 50-50 split in man and zone coverage from the Lions defense yesterday. That with the constant pressure, how hard is it for a quarterback just to get settled in that kind of environment?
Well, it's tough. When you're chipping with the tight end in the back and trying to just get 3 guys open, it's awfully tough when they were mixing the coverages like that. They were getting pressure up the middle. Even if they weren't getting there, they were kind of disrupting where his feet were, and we got to do a better job protecting them, but we got to do a better job of getting open as well.
And then early on, looked like a lot of slipping on the field. Was there any kind of conditions or cleat issues, anything like that?
Weren't any conditions. We just did a lot of slipping.
Thank you.
Greg Allman.
Yeah. Hey, Todd, last week you had been pretty clear early in the week that Bucky Irving and Chris Godwin weren't going to be back this week. Now you have a short week before bye. Are either of those guys in play to return this week and practice at least?
They're getting better. I don't know how close they are yet. I'll see when I get out of here. They haven't been in yet, so we'll see what the update is.
Okay, thank you.
John Romano.
Hey, Todd. You've been without Mike Evans for 3-4 weeks at a time in the past. Now it's going to be a more extended period. Does it change fundamentally what you do on offense? I mean, is Josh going to have to sort of change the way he plans games without Evans in there for the next couple months?
Well, he's definitely going to have to do that, but we've been doing it the past couple of weeks since he's been out, so it's kind of the norm right now, unfortunately. But when you lose somebody like that, it's always going to affect your offense, and you're going to have to change and do different things.
Scott Reynolds.
Todd, you've done a great job over the last couple of years in getting young play callers prepared to call plays in the NFL. We've seen that with Canales and Cohen and now Grizzard. What is kind of a general learning lesson that Josh can take away from last night when not a lot was going right offensively, either in the running game or with Baker Mayfield not being on?
Just patience. I mean, every game is going to be different. Just patience. If your quarterback's not on and not going, you got to help him out with either run games or screen passes. And when you have to protect, you have to do different things and chip. If the running game isn't going from a power standpoint, we got to try to get on the edge. Just different tips. He's going to learn each week, whether he scores 40 points or whether he scores 10 points. He's going to learn some different things each week that he can put in his arsenal and get better at next week.
Evan Winter.
Noticed for, I think, maybe at least a play, Tristan moved over to right tackle. Was that part of trying to mitigate Aiden Hutchinson? Just wanted to get kind of the idea behind that.
That was more of a design and the play that we wanted to run.
And then just your thoughts on interior offensive line pass pro from the Bucs last night.
Like I said, they were up and down. We had some plays. Sometimes we had the protection. We couldn't get nobody open. So then they got through late on those things. And a few times they had some games and some pressures go up the middle that went a little fast for us. So for the most part, they've been doing a good job, but we can be stouter.
Thank you.
We'll go to Greg Allman. If any media have questions, please raise your hand.
Todd, I want to ask you about third down. You guys went 4 for 16 yesterday against Detroit. Obviously, that's a tough defense, but went 3rd and 10. on 3rd and 6 or less. Baker didn't really have very much luck looking at anybody but Tez on 3rd. Is there something they did differently, or is there a reason you'd point to why you guys didn't have the same success on 3rd down?
No, they didn't. They picked a good time mixing coverages with us and mixing pressures on us. And you're looking at the tape, there weren't a lot of people open down the field on 3rd down, and they were making them hold the ball, and they kind of got to them a little bit. So they had some coverage sacks and some coverage pressures in there. They did a good job. Got to give them credit.
Todd, you're not usually one to say too much about this after the fact, but just want to ask you about how satisfied you were with the explanations from officials on some of the calls last night, especially the 2 Otten plays that kind of went against you on review.
Well, once they make a review and they say it out loud over the headset, you kind of go with it. I'm not used to going back and then making another call and changing it, but he explained it. It was an ugly look, but he explained it, and they went with it. Says it's been happening once a week in that aspect of it. So they're going to be human and make mistakes.
Thanks, Todd.
We'll go to Ruth.
Good morning. Is there anything in particular that Baker is nursing? He mentioned in the press conference last night that he was banged up. Is there anything that you saw during the game that could concern you going into this week's practice?
I saw him limping at the end in the last series. He has not been in yet this morning to see what exactly is wrong with him. So we'll see.
Okay, thank you.
Last question from Greg Allman.
Todd, you guys plugged Mike Jordan in at right guard there. Obviously, you'd had him at left guard before. Just want to ask you how you thought he held up and whether he's kind of your answer there moving forward right now, where you'd move him up on the 53.
He definitely held up good. He picked up where he left off before he got hurt. He does some great things in pass protection, some little things he got to work on. But for his first game back, he held up, and we'll see how many bodies we got in the training room as far as who we're moving up on the 53 going forward.
Okay, thanks, Todd.
Yeah.
All right, that's all we have. Thanks, Coach.